Hey there, welcome to another episode of Sage Studio. I'm your host, Tiffiny Webster, and today we are talking back to school with the Personal Learning Academy, PLA, here at Sage Oak. I have three amazing guests for you. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and two of them are new in an assistant principal role this year, and then we have our middle school coordinator with us. So, Christy, let's start with you.
Hi, Tiffany. Thanks for having us. My name is Christy Hartman, and my new role is PLA Assistant Principal. I will be overseeing the areas of San Diego and the Temecula Valley region.
Okay.
I've been in education for about 20 years, and I've spent 6 of those at Sage Oak. So I'm really excited to step into this new role in leadership this year.
I love that. And I'm so glad that they broke that up by region as well, because as the school keeps growing and growing, I'm sure they're really going to appreciate having your leadership in that area. Taylor, welcome. Tell us about your new role this year.
Thanks, Tiffany. Yeah, so I am also a new assistant principal. Christy and I get to share that role together this year with a couple. There's 4 of us all together. I've also been in education for 20 years, and I have been fortunate enough to be with Sage Oak since day one. So it's been really fun to be a part of the school when it was launched, and to get to see it grow over the last 11 years now has been really rewarding. And I serve the areas of Fullerton, Orange County, a little bit inland Orange County, and then also the Long Beach area as well.
Okay, great. And Lauren, welcome to the podcast. And I am so glad to hear that you're back in this role this year. So tell us about what you were doing as the middle school coordinator.
Yes, I'm back. This is my second year as the middle school coordinator at Sage Oak, and I'm very excited. We are really focusing on all things middle school, so that grade bands 6 through 8. And I have been at Sage Oak for 7 years. This is my 10th year in education with both middle and high school experience. So I love this role. I love seeing students grow from 6th grade to 8th grade, and that helping them with that transition to high school.
Let's just talk a little bit about the program itself in case any of our listeners are new to the Personalized Learning Academy or want to know more about what that program looks like. Taylor, can you give us a little bit of an insight? What is PLA and what really makes it unique amongst other programs here at Sage?
So we are the PLA, which stands for Personal Learning Academy. We serve students in the grades TK all the way through 8th grade. We'd be a good fit for you if you are someone who wants to take on the education of your child at home yourself. So you're the one doing the day-to-day instruction at home, but you will be paired with a credentialed teacher who will meet with your student and yourself monthly, and you're going to be able to work with that teacher to really find what curriculum is best for your student, what meets their needs, who they are just as a unique learner. And that teacher will be there to help plan your curriculum with you and just get you all set up and ready to go. They're really just your support, your encouragement. They hold your hand through the whole process and really just are there to make sure your students are successful and thriving in our model. So yeah, it's a really great program, and we'd love to have more join.
I love that. And I know that those who are looking to have that bigger role in their child's education really love this program because, as you mentioned, they get all the benefits of being able to provide that instruction at home in a personalized way, in a pace that works well for their student, but they're not alone. They have the benefit of a whole school and a team of teachers and administrators behind them all the way to give them that support and guidance. So I think it's a really, really great blend and a great option for some of our families. With that, Chrissy, I know that there are always changes to the program because Sage Oak is striving to make it better all the time. So tell me about some of the things that are new and exciting for this year in PLA.
Yeah, so I think one of our newest offerings is our Sage Crate program. And we recognize that curriculum can be really overwhelming because there's so many options, which is a really neat thing. But when you're kind of getting started on your journey, it can feel overwhelming. So our curriculum team has curated basically curriculum crates or boxes, and it's everything that you would need for a successful year. You get to pick the crate that works best for your style. We have crates that come already pre-picked. We have crates that are a la carte, so you can pick and choose. But it's basically like an all-in-one box solution. So be sure to reach out and talk to your TF if that might be something that you're interested in. We also have our Oakschool classes. Those are back again this year. They were super popular. We had so many students participate last year, which we're really excited about. And Oakschool are optional classes that you can choose to enroll your student in. There's a very wide variety, everything from core classes to special interests like We even have some PE classes. Most of them meet online. We do have a few that have some sessions in person, but there's something that will interest every student.
Okay, let's talk about field trips because I know these are also really exciting for our families. I know they also love coming together and meeting up with other
Yes.
kids and seeing their teachers in real life and meeting other families. So, talk to us about some of the field trip
Yes.
opportunities.
And what we love about field trips is it really gives the students a chance to have a hands-on experience in what they are learning. And we feel like that is so important and impactful to students' education. The other fun part is they get to see other students from Sage Oak. It's so fun to watch kids connect that maybe have been in virtual classes together and now they're getting to meet up. And also a great time for parents to connect as well. I think it's so helpful for parents to be able to just talk to each other, get ideas from each other, and meet other Sage Oak families because we really do have a very unique and great community of families at Sage Oak.
For sure. And we serve so many families across all of Southern California. Do you offer field trips in different locations? And how does that work?
There's a ton of field trips and they're offered all over Southern California. So parents can pick and choose what fits their schedule, what fits maybe what they're studying that year, and what's nearby. We do find that often families do drive a ways
Okay.
to sometimes fit in those really like special high interest field trips, but we have a wide variety to pick from.
Okay. And now speaking of in-person events, I also know that in addition to the field trips, that sometimes you just get the kids together to do socials and to interact with one another. So talk to me about what are those and are those something that's going to continue to be offered this year?
Yeah, those have been really popular as well. So we're super excited to be offering our socials again this year. We met this summer and we have some fun ideas. We're going to change things up a little bit. So that will be announced at a later date. But yeah, we
Okay.
have some fun themes and opportunities for students to come together. And sometimes it's more focused on like games and art and crafts and stuff like that. And then other times it'll be for students to kind of learn about careers or maybe showcase a project that they've worked on.
Oh, I love that idea. I'm glad to see that those socials are back and that they continue to be a great way for our families to connect. So good. Lauren, let's talk a little bit about middle school because the things shift a little bit as students move into those middle school years. It feels like the stakes get a little higher. Their needs for social interaction changes a little bit. So share with us about what you've got going on for middle school.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, in middle school, they have some unique needs, right? They're no longer like the little kids that need assistance at every waking moment, right? While there's still parent involvement because they are still a large part of their child's education, middle school is a time that they become a lot more independent than they were before. It's a transition period for them. So we're really trying to take these short 3 years that we have with them and prepare them for high school. And so, with that being said, we're trying to make sure that we are focusing from that 6th grade to that 8th grade, that they feel more confident as they start transitioning into that higher education.
Yeah, I think that's really important. And not only is it important to help the students gain that confidence and gain some of the skills that they need to be more independent, to work more independently, to manage their time and manage their assignments, but the role kind of shifts for the parents as well. Have you noticed that parents need a little bit support too in managing like where they fit in?
Absolutely. And we have so many different resources for parents and students, and really them as a family to help the parents really pass the baton to the kids to help them become more independent, learning how to write their own emails, advocating for themselves, making sure that they really are 100% ready for high school. Because once they get into high school, it changes again. And we want to make sure that they're confident, and the parents as well. We want to make sure that the parents are confident. So that way, when their child does go into high school, they know that they've done everything to help prepare them to be independent students.
Yeah. And speaking of preparation, I know one of the things that Sage Oak really prides itself on is helping kids prepare for life after high school as well and getting them exposed to different opportunities that they can learn about in high school, about careers or just what's available to them. How are you bringing that to the middle school level?
Yeah, so we have some wonderful things going on in middle school. There are opportunities for middle school students to take high school classes, so they're able
Okay.
to really see what's available. Our math and our languages other than English classes are two options that they have the potential to take as middle school students, along with dual enrollment if they qualify. And these are just little sneak peeks of what it's going to be like being a high school student. Beyond that, we also have our student service coordinator, Amy Elwood, and she is really working on creating other pathways as well to help prepare for college and career as young as 6th grade, and really helping them become really confident going into that next transition in life. Along with that, we have additional programs like our Future Ambassador program and our Hangouts that are all created by our ASB program, our ASB class for middle school. This is going to be opening up both for VLA and PLA this year, so we're really excited for that. But they have these options in high school as well. So this is really just preparing them for what they're going to see going into high school.
I love that you have both the academic supports in place, some of those career explorations in place, but then you also have the social element as well, because I think that's so important for these kids in middle school. And, just to start building those connections and those relationships that can carry them into the high school program, I think that's really important and so exciting. I'm glad to hear you're offering so much for our middle school students. Sounds like a lot going on there. Taylor, I want to circle back to you about the teacher facilitator's role is in this type of education model. And I know that you have worked with families as a TF for many years. So share with us a little bit about your insights as to the role of the TF and how that TF can really support our families.
Yeah, it's a really special relationship between the parent and the teacher. And then, of course, the teacher and the student will develop their own relationship as well. I think that's just it. The teacher really comes at it at an angle of wanting to be a partner with them and just like a co-educator with you. And so that relationship's just really special. And what will happen is the teachers will all come back for the school year early August. And in August, they'll be reaching out to each family individually. And usually they'll have some sort of meeting with the parent. It'll most likely be virtual, hopefully on Zoom, where they can really hear from the parent what curriculum needs to be ordered, and they also can be a guide as well. So if parents aren't sure what curriculum to order, they're there to be a resource to you. So you'll get your curriculum all set and squared away and ordered, and then they'll take time to plan with you, with the parent, and make sure that everything's paced just right, and really just meet the needs of the students and help you get acclimated to the school and into the school year and everything you need. And then from there on out, that teacher will be meeting with you about on a monthly basis, and then usually there are about 10 learning period meetings that will take place in the course of the year. So that relationship really is developed all year long. And I love our Sage Oak teachers. We have some of the best. Really tap into that person because they're there and equipped and ready to help serve and make sure that this can be the best year you can have.
Yeah, I think they are so important in helping parents. And parents come into this feeling like they've got to have it figured all out, and they don't. This is what the TF is there for, is to help guide you step by step along the way so that you can just get going and you can start to figure it out as you go along. And you have that person that you can go to and ask questions and ask for some guidance, and they're there. I think that's a really, really beneficial relationship for our families here. So good. Christy, talk to me about some of the back to school events that you do to help parents who are just new to this type of program, maybe new to independent study. How do you help them get going?
We have our back to school socials, which will be a really great way to get started with Sage Oak. Those are going to be on Friday, September 12th and September 19th, depending on locations where you're at. So I definitely say save the date, mark your calendar, because there will be all sorts of great things available at that social and a really great time to start connecting with Sage Oak staff and families.
Christy mentioned earlier that a lot of times students and parents are really willing to drive to some of the ones that sound very exciting to them. So our first middle school specific social is going to be on September 5th. In the evening, we're doing a beach bonfire at Bolsa Chica State Beach. And we're actually going to be combining with the high school as well for that hangout. So it's going to be middle and high school students together. And it's just a really fun time for students to get together, to participate, learn about one another, and really meet new friends and parents as well, because part of what we have for our middle school hangouts is actually a parent connect also. And so parents can actually sign up to connect with each other during those socials as well. So it's really fun for everybody.
Yeah, I just think the one thing that is just resonating throughout this entire podcast has just been the amount of support that's available, whether it's for students or whether it's for parents. This program continues to really just support families in every way possible through academics, through socials, curriculum choices, all the extracurricular activities, all the community activities. It's really great to see that so much is available to our parents. And I really hope that makes them feel secure and more confident and ready to start the new school year. So good. Thank you all so much for coming on the podcast today, sharing all of that great information for us. Any listeners out there who want to know more information about the PLA program, please visit our website, sageoak.education. You can find lots of information there, as well as the dates and times and links to register for all of these amazing back to school events. So thank you so much for being on the podcast, Lauren, Christy, Taylor. Always good to see you both. Have a wonderful 2025-2026 school year. All right, we'll see you on the next one.